Hi. It's a really nice day outside, as you could tell from that window right there. There's a lot of sunlight coming in, and today I'm going to talk about depression and how it affects all of us. And want to know that it might be because of alcohol, or it might be because of alcohol withdrawal, or it might just be because you're just having a shitty day. And you're allowed to have a shitty day and you're allowed to have shitty feelings. Just how long you end up staying there is up to you. So today and the last couple of days, mind you, I'm also at day 25 of my 30-day challenge of sobriety. So I started on Black Friday. I went cold turkey on the day after Thanksgiving. So maybe that'll be a yearly thing. But so I'm at day 25 right now, out of day 30, and I'm feeling pretty good about it. I don't feel like I'm gonna fall off that wagon. I don't feel like I'm gonna make any bad decisions, and I was pretty flexible with myself going into it. I had myself prepared. If you're curious on how I prepared, just check out some of my other videos they're very specifically labeled how to prepare, etc. for a 30-day challenge or to get sober. So for me, today, just talking about depression, I kind of woke up in a with a shitty attitude and a shitty mood. And on paper, everything should have been perfect. I got a lot of sleep. I actually took some melatonin last night. I fell asleep and then I woke wide awake at 1 a.m. I think I went to bed at midnight and I woke up an hour later, just stone cold woke up. And I knew before I went to bed that I should have taken melatonin, or at least I thought I should have done it. And then I just said, nah, I'm already in bed, I'm tired. Your body makes it naturally, so I must have made some, so I should be good, I guess. And I didn't do it. So I woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning, I took my melatonin, and I stayed asleep all the way until I heard the kids and my fiance waking up and rustling around the house, getting ready for school and all that. So I wasn't annoyed that they woke me up. I naturally would have waken up at that time anyway. I was good and clean and sober. I wasn't withdrawing from anything. I didn't feel like I needed a cigarette, or I wasn't binging on cocaine the night before, or whatever the case might have been. I didn't have an entire sleeve of Fig Newtons, however you party, that's up to you. I should have been fine, and I just wasn't. And the day before, today's Tuesday, the day before was Monday, I also just was kind of in a very standoffish kind of mood. I just didn't want to be around other people. I just didn't want to be around people. And that's okay. What's not okay is when you end up going around other people and you end up ruining their time or their day. And have you done that? I feel like now this is a different topic. This isn't depression, but it is, and I'll tell you how. So for men, which I happen to be biologically speaking a man, men typically exhibit their depression with symptoms of anger and in addition to the sadness, but usually men handle their depression with anger, and so maybe that's what you're experiencing or what you experienced. And why you're depressed, I don't know. Maybe you can comment below and then maybe I'll respond. I probably will, because I'm pretty obsessive about my alerts and all that, and I'm pretty good about responding to all of my different channels, whatnot. It was wrong of me to go, see my mom on Sunday. I was exhausted. I have gone to the gym. Today is day 16 in a row for me. I've gone to the gym 17 times in 16 days. I'm still in my gym clothes. In many of the videos, I'm in athletic wear because I've been to the gym. So again, when I woke up today, on paper, everything should have been good. Going to the gym for me is part of my negotiation where I need to go to the gym. I need to exercise. We all need to exercise. We all need to go to the gym or work out to some capacity and use our body and feel physically active and be physically active. We are in this vehicle. We do need to use it other than standing up and sitting down and walking to the fridge. We have to do something with it. So part of the negotiation for myself is I have to go to the gym. I have to exercise. I have to work out. Not only is that a good habit, but it does absolutely 100% beyond a shadow of a doubt, it does make me feel better. It is scientifically proven to make people feel less depressed and less angry and less aggressive. And so for me, I know that after all these years, I know that if I don't go to the gym, there's a good chance that I'm going to be angry or feel depressed throughout the day. And you have to be mindful of those emotions. You have to be mindful of those symptoms. You have to be mindful of what your body needs. What does your body need? If I had listened to my body on Sunday, which was exhausted, and said, don't go anywhere, stay home, don't drive a half an hour to go out to meet your mom for lunch, just maybe set up for another day. Don't be around people. You may ruin their day. You may ruin your own day. You might make things worse for yourself or for other people. Had I listened to that, I wouldn't have gotten into an argument where my mom ended up then texting me that night and said, "You made me feel like shit today." That sucks. That's a really shitty text to get, and it's really shitty that I made somebody else feel that way. And I knew darn well that I shouldn't have put myself around other people. I'm not good at hiding that emotion. I'm not good at turning things around. I am unfortunately still conditioned to stay in that mindset. If I'm depressed or if I feel angry or I feel upset, my fiance is wonderful at letting those feelings go. I know other people that are wonderful at not being affected by whatever we're affected by into other aspects of their life. I can literally get into a fight with my fiance, and we work at the same restaurant on the weekends. We can get in a fight on Friday and then both go to work that Friday, and I will be annoyed the whole shift. And she will be amazingly, perfectly fine the second that we're out of each other's presence. And she's talking to other people and all chipper and jovial, and that makes me a little bit more annoyed, but that's my problem. That is a me problem, as people like to say. And it's annoying to hear that. So that is a me problem. You're allowed to feel depressed. You're allowed to feel angry. How long you stay there is 100% entirely up to you. So I'm just going to talk about a couple of things, what to do to help you make better decisions and help be less depressed when you are feeling depressed or angry or scared or whatever negative emotions that you're feeling when you're in your bouts of sobriety. Now, disclaimer, you will feel anger and depression and sadness and all of the other emotions because you are a human being. You get that? You're gonna feel happy. You're gonna feel love. You're gonna feel joy. You're gonna feel, you might feel a little horny. You might feel angry. You might feel jealous. You're gonna feel everything. That's the thing. You're gonna feel, right? And remember all those times that we went drinking and we used that fuck it crutch? Have a couple of drinks and you go, fuck it. I was gonna be productive today, but I was gonna call that person, but I was going to fill in the blank, but now it's too late in the day to do anything. I'm just gonna go to bed. And then you end up starting your next day feeling depressed. Well, hopefully those days are over for you. Hopefully you didn't put yourself in bad positions and you didn't burn any bridges. You didn't call somebody a name that you didn't want them to be called. You didn't mistreat yourself or mistreat any others. Hopefully, you just have a natural feeling, which might be depression or it might be anger, and you just want to deal with it naturally. So the first thing is just know that it's natural to feel that way. So we all agree on that. It's natural to feel feelings. I always make sure that I have my checklist of things crossed off before I handle other aspects of my life, and I know that I must keep myself accountable by tending to all of those things before I move forward, so that I know what might have been the cause for feeling anger or depression or whatever the case may be. So today I had to make a couple of different choices. Now that feeling of anger and depression was just, I don't know where it came from, honestly. I just felt really agitated with people in my life. I felt like everything agitated me. Just the littlest things agitated me. And I was a little bit of a dick, I'm not gonna lie. And my fiance even told me that I need to not be one, because I had been one the last couple of days. And so I had to issue her an apology and come up with a better solution as to how I'm going to respond and react, and what I'm going to do to try to make amends for my behavior moving forward in the rest of this week. It's only Tuesday, so I've already started the week off not good, and so it did, though. The silver lining got me to make a video to maybe help you with your depression. Did we sleep well? That's usually the first thing when you go back to that top of that list. Did we sleep well? If not, why? You know, they say, and I believe this, the quality of your life is dictated by the quality of the questions that you ask. I'll say that again. The quality of your life can be dictated by the quality of the questions that you ask. And what does that mean? Well, if you just say, oh man, did I get enough sleep last night? And then you look at the time that you went to bed and you look at the time you woke up and say, all right, yep, I got 8 hours of sleep, so I did get enough hours of sleep. But then if you don't ask more questions, like, did I get up in the middle of the night? And then you neglect the fact that, like, you woke up to urinate twice in the middle of the night because you decided to drink anything, a bunch of anything before bed. And then that disrupted your REM cycle. What did I do to keep myself from having a good solid night's sleep? Ask more questions, ask better questions. When you woke up, did you hydrate? You were asleep for 8 hours. If you were awake for 8 hours, would you expect to feel good if you didn't drink any water for 8 hours? No way. You'd probably have a headache, you'd probably be tired, lethargic, and then you would say, oh geez, I haven't had any water in 8 hours. I haven't had any water since I woke up. If you went 8 hours in your day, your waking day, without drinking water, and then you were asleep for 8 hours, that's 16 hours now that you've dehydrated yourself. They say once you feel thirsty, you're already dehydrated, right? So did I get enough sleep? Did I hydrate when I woke up? What did I put in my body to make me feel better or make me feel worse? Am I having an insulin crash because I'm putting a bunch of garbage foods or sugars into my food? Am I having oatmeal but then with a bunch of fructose and glucose and sucrose? Did I add a bunch of sugar? Did I have a sugary, well-intentioned smoothie but was full of sugar, and then I had an insulin spike, and then I had a crash, and then I was just dragging for the whole rest of the day, and then I felt depressed, and I felt like I just wanted to start the day good, and then now I'm just tired and lethargic. I don't know what's wrong. I thought I was doing everything right. Ask better questions. Oh man, did I give myself too much sugar? Did I cause myself an insulin spike? Really, you gotta find the root of where that depression is coming from and where that anger is coming from, so that you can eliminate those possibilities from sneaking into your tomorrow. So we're always, as a species, we're always trying to take a collective record of the past into the future, right? So if we're trying to take that collective record of the past, we're trying to also take, we're also taking we're taking mistakes and good habits into the future. And the ability to choose between making more mistakes or making better decisions. So choosing good or choosing bad, or choosing better or choosing worse, I like to say. We always have the ability to choose better, we have the ability to choose worse, but we also must hold ourselves accountable for those actions. So find out what it is that made you feel the way that you felt. Was it a lack of food? Was it a lack of water? Was it an argument? Did you just legitimately have an argument with somebody? Did you surround yourself with somebody that you didn't need to be around? Is that the problem? Is your boss being an asshole to you again? Is that the problem? Are you in a marriage that should have been ended years ago? Is that the problem? Are you in a relationship that should have ended years ago? Is that the problem? Are you in a relationship that could have been fixed years ago and you're not doing anything about it? Is that the problem? What is the problem that's causing you to be depressed? Is it lack of sunlight? That's a possibility too. So if you're not, right now it is, I don't know what the date is today. Actually, I do. It's December 18th. My birthday is in 2 days. So there's not a whole heck of a lot of sunlight. My choices were to either make this video to hopefully be helpful to you or to go for a run because it's nice outside. And I think as soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to upload it. And while I'm uploading it, I'm going to go for a run. And I'm trying to do that to try to help myself feel better. And I may feel worse after the run. Again, this is day 16 of working out for me. But I know that it's an investment in my future. I also know that there's such thing as overtraining. But going for a run will get my heart rate going. Working on my cardio conditioning is always a positive. That's always going to make you feel better. Of course, nothing's going to make you feel better than drugs and alcohol the second that you take them. And I know that's horrible. I can definitely see that being a quote someday. My picture with a quote, nothing feels better than drugs and alcohol. I just said it twice now. But it does feel a lot better. There is something that feels a lot better than drugs and alcohol immediately. It's having a consistent feeling of overall well-being on a daily basis and potentially for the rest of your life. So for those of you that have gone down the road of drug and alcohol abuse that are looking to turn things around, or if you're on the road to recovery, I wish you continued success. Comment below, let's find out where you're at, and let's share some more stories. And if we can maybe do this outside of AA, we can do this here. We can be each other's support group, and maybe we can find better ways and share tips with each other that can be recorded and logged, and maybe you can help contribute to this channel, and maybe we can help to contribute to other people's success. So for now, good luck, and we'll talk to you soon.